Okay, I know what happened. If I press F12, apparently, that's... Okay, I need to... Before I go any further, I need to change that because I think that's what keeps removing the video. Okay. I'm going to go to Edit. No, not Edit. No. I'm going to go to General. I need to be able to remove the F12 button being the thing that stops the video. I don't want the video to be stopped because of a button press on the keyboard, because I use the keyboard a lot. So I'm going to go to Video. Oh, okay. Stop. I don't want a hotkey. There we go. So if I press F12 again, fantastic. That was the issue, I think, each time. Yeah, because I was pressing the backspace when it's right above the F12 button. It's right, the F12 button's right above the backspace. So now I have to open up a program I haven't used from forever, Video Pad. It's my video editor, whether it's good or bad. It's just a video. Uh-oh, it's expired. Okay. I can't use it. Okay. Fantastic. Having no money sucks. It really does. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Again, I'm glad I caught that. The only way that I'm able to do this is just upload each video individually with like 1A and then 1B, or actually it should be episode 6, video 6, 6A, and then 6B. That'd probably be the best way of doing it. Okay. Now, one question I have is going back here, open output folder, put in a certain list, and you know how long the video was. Gotcha. What? Oh, okay, because okay, that makes so much more sense. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Minus, there we go. Now we're back in business. Okay. So what I want to do is, do I want to create it in order of the outline and then whatever on the inside, or do I want to create the shape of the shape's color and then whatever the outline is? I think that version might be better because I want to create a black square with an outline trim. That makes more logical sense. But if I was gonna use a logical approach, I'd probably do the outside first, using the trim. I want to use this trim, and then this is the fill that I would want to do in. But if I was to describe a color, I think that's the order at which I would do it. I would say first I want a black square with gold trim, or I want this trim. Putting the trim above the fill would probably be, I don't know. Let's do it either way. It's such a minor thing. It's so minor. It's so dumb and stupid, but it seems so important to me. So let's get it over with. Stroke. Let's go with 255. Let's also make that white. Okay, solid white. Now if I was to just put it in the other direction, which again, it doesn't really change anything, is that a white square with black or white, with white trim, so just a solid white square, that's what I would do first. First, what do I want the color to be, and then what do I want the outline to be? That might be a better way of looking at it, so I have to turn off that fan. Okay. Whew. So, let's continue.
It's done.
No, let's not continue. Let's not continue doing things. What he did, let's create another rectangle. We'll put it 200 or 300 above, 500 above the rectangle we have right now. Yeah. So, no, let's just do rectangle mode. Rect mode. Rect. You got wrecked, son. Center. Why does it have to be capital letters? Does it have to be? Yeah, yes it does. Ooh, okay. Let's see how this works. What? Are you kidding me? What the heck's happening? What? Is it saying the right-hand side? The right-hand side? Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore. The whole world is not what I thought it was. I was born in a different timeline. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so if we're gonna go with the center, if I'm doing 200, this has to, and I want to go in the center, 375 minus 100. Wouldn't that be correct? Okay. 750 divided by Oh, oh, oh my gosh. Okay, I was thinking that I had to that I was still thinking the way I was mixing the two commands. I was mixing that the original rectangle top left hand corner is the starting point, and the center point of the shape was the starting point as well. I was mix matching the labels in my head that when you put when the center of the shape is the starting point, I was thinking you still had to move it to the left or to the right to make certain the height and the width is taken into account. So if I have this correctly, I'm really glad that I'm doing this in the morning and it's something that I want to do. Getting this done out of the way, training and conditioning my mind to think, again, to using my brain for some reason, is that when you have the mode set as center for the rectangle, or I'm assuming for any other shape, when it has as the center as the starting point, the height and the width does not need to be taken into account when you're trying to modify for those. When you have rectangle as the top left-hand corner, or I'm assuming any other method, any other mode of the starting point, you have to take the height and the width into consideration. But when you have the center, if I want it at the center, that's the point. That's the one factor. If I want it directly at the center, then I don't have to take them in consideration. But if I am going to wherever the height is and wherever the width and wherever the x is and wherever the y is, that's the center point. So let's just go ahead and do that because I think I'm talking myself in circles. So the middle is 375 and 500 with a width of 200 and with a height of 100. Boom.
And voila, rectangle on the screen.
Rectangle on the screen. Okay, so let's go.
Someday I will write a program, add to this. But in order to do this, we need to introduce a new concept. This new concept is going to be known as a block of code.
A block of code.
We're going to use blocks of code all the time. We're going when we want to sort of like segment this part of our code does this, this part of our code does this. This is the definition of this. This is the definition of that. We need to create a block.
Let's go ahead and make a note of it. I'm going to open up my text editor. Adam. So I don't need this welcome guide nor this welcome sheet. Okay. So I'm going to do action, delete this one because I still have the notes from yesterday, which was trying the traveling salesman problem, but then I started all these. Then I went to a different thing. I then started working on my snowman, so I'm going to just destroy that. What? There's a new command. You can split pane with Control K right. Interesting. Okay, let's do another one. That's not working. Control K. Okay, it's not working. Oh, new, delete. Okay. So this one's going to notes. May 29th. I'm going to put this as processing learning how to code. I'm gonna copy and paste all this. I understand. Just going through this, man. May not be high energy, but it's very important. So share, copy, link. Okay. Now I'm going to write block of code. That's where I'm at right now. Block of code. Oh, clock of code. Block of code.
A block of code is always noted with an open curly bracket to begin, and a closed curly bracket to end. And then the code that's contained within that block goes in between those curly brackets. So we need 2 blocks of code. Let's think about this. The flow.
If he's talking about okay, I didn't. Okay. Oh, for the if and again using this different semantics or different. It's a semantics I have not heard about the syntax of using an if-then statement. If this, then you put curly brackets and whatever is inside of it. A while statement or anything that you want. Gosh, freaking dang it. Again, it's the simple things that really get you. So,
our program is actually going to be very, very simple. We're going to have 2 elements. One we're going to call setup, and one we're going to call draw. I don't know what I'm drawing over here. This is going to be setup, and this is going to be draw. We need some lines of code in setup. We need some lines of code in draw. I need a bigger whiteboard. But anyway, what can you do? Okay, so why do we have these 2 blocks of code? Here is the flow of a program that we are going to begin with. Our program is going to do some things at the beginning. We're going to think of this as the setup, the initialization conditions, and then it's going to do some things over and over again. And so setup is stuff that's going to happen once, and only once. Once and only once.
Okay. So there's going to be 2 sections of processing, specifically. 1, setup, and 2, draw. And the draw is only going to happen once, while the drawing part is the function that will update itself. So setup, 1 execution. Let's go ahead and just show what I'm typing here. 1 execution. Wow. There we go. So I can scroll up and down. While draw, continuous update. So the draw part will be the execution beyond the setup. The setup is just you do it once and is the architecture, is the foundation, while the draw is are the vines that grow on the gate. What is it? What do vines grow on? What is it? What is that thing called? Vines grow flow. Grow on a vinyl. Is it vinyl? It's the fence. It's not the fence. It's the thing that you put on the side of a house that has that crisscross design. Let's go with the vinyl. Why is it? I don't know. Vinyl. That's what it is. Okay. Homemade structures. Oh, okay. Yeah. Vinyl trellis, whatever. I don't know if trellis is the appropriate word. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's called a trellis. Let's go with a trellis. Trellis. Vines grow on a trellis. Oh, they do. Okay. That's, I think, what I'm thinking about. Oh, that's... Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. Okay. Something like that, but that was specifically what I was thinking about. That grows on top. Now, it's not that design specifically. I think it's this design that I was thinking. Just more of a crisscrossy, an X version. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 sections of processing. One is a setup, and the second one is a continuously updating draw section.
Draw is the stuff really, I could like hide back here. That's going to happen forever. over and over again in a loop. So when it gets to the
Forever.
end, it comes right back up and executes that code again. Code that happens once, code that happens over and over again. Why does this flow make sense for us? This flow makes sense for us. Let's just take, for example, the game Pong again, because there are often a bunch of things you want to do to initialize a program. Pong begins, set the score to 0, set the level to 0, place the paddles in their starting location, place the puck in its starting location. Then, that's the stuff that happens when you initialize the program. Then, as the program runs over and over and over again, looping and looping, it does stuff like move the paddle, draw the paddle, move the paddle, draw the paddle. If the puck hits the paddle, turn the puck around.
You're not creating a new paddle. I know this. You know this. I'm just verbalizing my thought process. You're not creating a new paddle. You're not creating a new you're not creating a new time score. You're not creating a new time stamp. You're not creating a new score. Actually you are. So that would be in draw. You set up the number 0 as the starting point, or not just the number 0, the counter for what the score should be. Gotcha. Man, I'm so chill, man.
If the puck was past the paddle, increase the score, that type of thing. So
And yeah, this guy's going 2x speed, so I love the energy.
Absolutely never. When the computer breaks, when the user turns it off, it's great. Obviously, we could create all sorts of different types of scenarios where a program stops, restarts, all sorts of things. But this is our basic foundation. Some stuff that happens at the beginning and some stuff that happens forever and ever. So let's go back and look at this code for a second and say, okay, here are some things in this program. That our program have to do once and only once.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that our rectangle method, which I forget what the numbers are, but I'll just make some up, is going to go.
So now my question is, why wouldn't he use the rectangle section in this setup? Because if you're only going to draw it once, and then what would be continuous would be not the creation not the static creation process of a shape, but if you want to move it or update it, then you would use it in the draw section. Isn't that correct, or am I wrong there? Or is that a valid form of using processing? I don't necessarily know. I don't understand how to use the set up and / or draw section features yet. We will get to that
In
point.
draw. And the fill and the stroke and all that stuff for drawing the rectangle, we want to draw that stuff forever and ever. Looping over and over again. Set up the initial conditions, draw the stuff over and over again. So there was one more thing over here, background. I forgot to start the timer, I don't know how long I'm going. Background, where's that go?
The
I'm
setup.
going to say there's no correct answer to this question, and for now, I'm actually just going to put background here.
Okay, so why? Why would you put it in that section, not the setup section? Again, if it's just going to be a static section, why would you have anything else anything in the draw section? If you can put anything in the setup section, if you're just going to use it once.
And we're going to examine this later. What happens if we put background in setup? What happens if we put other? There really are no answers to these questions. It has to do with what you're creating. This is just the foundation. You have stuff in setup that happens at the beginning and stuff that happens in draw over and over again. How many times did I say that in one video? Probably done too many already. Okay, so this we've now established as what we want to do. We want to have these blocks of code, right? A block of code that is our setup, a block of code that is our draw. But the truth of the matter is, the syntax for how we're going to write this is going to suddenly look a little odd. So this is conceptually, I think I've established conceptually what we've got setup, which has size, in a
So
block
we
of code.
just do function setup, and then you put it in curly brackets of whatever is inside, like the size command, and then for the draw you would do function draw function, and then put curly brackets with everything in between.
We've got draw, which has background and rectangle, and a block of code. But what do we actually have to write in processing? So I'm going to erase everything around this, and I'm going to look at what the actual processing syntax for establishing setup and draw is. And what it is we say void setup.
Why void? I've never understood why you would use the void the void word in programming. I just don't get I don't get it. But let us do it this way. Let's do void from my assumption of how to use it. Void setup, and then curly brackets. Void draw, I'm assuming. Am I right here? Am I wrong here? Curly bracket.
Bracket, close bracket. Void draw, parentheses, open bracket, close bracket. So that's what we should recognize, at least, from this discussion of a block of code, is these open bracket, close bracket. This is saying everything in between these two brackets is the stuff that goes in draw. Everything in between these two brackets is the stuff that goes in size. We now...
Okay, just to reiterate that I stated before, is that anything inside of the curly brackets, which of course is all together in one unit of whatever the thing was before. Meaning, for anybody who didn't understand that, for void draw, if there was an if-then statement, the curly brackets indicate that everything within the curly brackets are because of this one command. After, if this is true, do all of this. So if this was an if draw, if this is valid, then do everything in these curly brackets because this one is true. Void setup and void draw, what does void stand for? That's something I'm going to look in processing. So what would void mean? Void. There we go. Okay. So, zooming in a lot. Okay. Void. Examples: void setup, void draw circle. Why would you use void with another freaking shape? Why would you use that? Okay, so the description is keyword used indicate that a keyword to indicate a keyword used to indicate okay, so there's a syntax error there. A keyword used to indicate that a function returns no value. Each function must either return a value of a specific data type or use the keyword void to specify it returns nothing. So if void function statements, what? So function would be any function that is being defined or implemented, like the setup function or the setup definition, setup or draw circle, while the statements are any valid statements. So it's literally just to define that it is not going to be used in any other, that it holds no value in of itself. So my question is, okay, I know some question that is. Wait a second. Okay, I might need to walk on this one. Oh my gosh, what? Ow. Okay, I'm putting on pants. This requires pants. Okay, where are you, pants? Give me pants. Now, if, which it doesn't make any sense already, but let's just go as though it did. Okay. So if, you know what? My incipit need, I don't know if that's an actual word I'm using correctly. Incipit. I need to find, I just need to find a different path because I've been focusing on this one topic for quite some time. I can say that I'm becoming very disinterested. I'm not motivated, which probably came out in the video. It's probably, incipient, that's how you spell it. Okay. It was a valid word, I don't think I used it correctly. Incipient, not incipient, but incipient. Beginning to exist or appear in an initial stage, incipient. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do right now, I'll take a break and I'll come back to it, and that's important. I'll take a break, I'll come back, and yeah, I think this was pretty good. This was good. This was really good. Maybe I don't even have to understand what void is, but I do need to know. Not anybody else telling me that I need to know. I have a personal vendetta. I have a personal inquisitive desire to know what that means. So let me figure this out, and then I'll take a break. So the keyword to use void is something you use before a function. That's it. That's all that it needs to be said. It's a value you use before a function. Okay? So, now specifically, not just an if-then statement or a while statement, but a function that holds all statements to create a particular activity. Let's just use, instead of setup, draw, or draw circle, because draw circle can hold its... Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, this function also does not return a value. Draw circle has no inherent activity. Ellipse is not a function, it is a command. While function has a list of commands to execute. So if I wanted to create the word, if I wanted to make this void do stuff, if I wanted to literally make this void do stuff, it is a function that I can call, that the phrase or the word do stuff with and two parentheses does nothing in of itself. Ellipse does something. Background does something. Size, fill, stroke, rectangle mode, rectangle. All of them are commands. Do stuff is a function that has no inherent activity. I can literally label this whatever I want, and it is calling within the curly brackets a certain set of commands to execute when do stuff is called. If that is the point, that makes so much more sense. I am so glad that I was able to explain that before I took a break. Yeah. Okay. So thumbs up on that one for getting to that point. Hey, you know what? One step at a time. One step at a time, and then doing as many of those steps as possible each and every single day. So I'll be back. I'll be doing other videos. Thank you very much for being part of this. Please post your comments, questions, and concerns right down below. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And also enjoy, well, actually, the last part's the most important part, is that you enjoy the rest of your day. But also come back, because I also want to share and give whatever knowledge I may have of the future. Thank you. Thank you.